You know, I never actually end up wanting to be back here. This video is going to have some disturbing images, so if you're faint of heart, well, I still urge you to watch. I don't know exactly where to start this, but I'm worried. So I live in America. I think that's pretty easy to figure out. And right now, I don't see America's government as being on what you would call the correct side of history. Personally, I would like to be.
Innocent civilians are going to be hurt going
So
forward.
let me share with you why making sure Israel and Ukraine succeed is vital for America's national security. That's why tomorrow I'm going to send to Congress an urgent budget request. Fund America's national security needs to support our critical partners, including Israel and Ukraine.
Israelis operating within the rules of war that you talked about last week being so important.
Good talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
This whole thing has really made me question past conflicts more than I already had. Made me question what we wanted over there. If it was what they told us, or if it was for setting an example for future wars, to get support for future wars by the people.
American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world.
I am worried about the people here. When the suppressed people of last century become the oppressors, it's confusing. It's darker. And many of them don't even seem to understand their own history. How England helped the Zionists move to Palestine in the 1910s and 20s so that England could have a healthy trade route to India. And then England issuing the Balfour Declaration, basically stabbing the Arab people in the back who helped them get into Palestine. But then World War II made it an actual emergency, so where did they go? Palestine. And when the water got too hot for England, they just left. Told the UN to deal with it.
The United Nations has now to figure out how do you disentangle this thing that the British helped create.
I do have to stop here too and say that knowing the history doesn't exactly make the Holocaust a fake conspiracy. Because I know that's where this rabbit hole can lead a lot of people, and I think that's dangerous. That idea severely damages the significance of the history. And you gotta know, it doesn't have to be faked to be used. Governments use tragedy to move society in a way that suits its leaders. That is well known. And you know, if I could take them back there, I would. I would show them Nazis shooting people in a line. I'd show them Nazis calling people animals. I'd show them killing so many innocent people, taking them where they don't want to go, and they shouldn't be. And I'm not one to compare modern issues with the Holocaust. It's just not something that I do. because I know a lot of people do. That event was one of the darkest times in human history, in any universe. The way a government could treat its people that way. It's terrible. But when you see exact replications today, I don't know what else to say about it. I do believe the only way to create such atrocities, excuse me, is to make everyone understand that the people you attack are not human. That's the only way. That the animals are the terrorists. You know, it's always bothered me how anyone could go so far in hurting people like they did last century. It's so careless. And I never understood it. But now, seeing all the things that people are saying online, behind screens, it makes me realize how powerful propaganda is. And I've never been a fan of any media. So yeah, I'm exceedingly worried. And for everyone dealing with the guilt of living in America, watching all these things happen, I'm calling it far away survivor's guilt. Just remember your history. Restaurants were still open during World War II. And people still made movies. And if you are against Israel for Palestinian freedom, just know that does not make you against Jewish people. I feel like that's very important to say.
We want the world to know that what is being perpetrated against the Palestinian people, the oppression, the subjugation, the terrible cruelty, is not in the name of our religion. We are in total opposition to the existence of the Zionist state of Israel. I call it Zionist state of Israel because it is Zionist. It is not Jewish. Judaism in the Torah forbids Jews to have our own sovereignty, our own entity since the destruction of the temples, and Jews, true to the Torah, never aspire or try to have our own state. We also are forbidden to kill or to steal. The whole concept of taking this land away from the Palestinian people, it is totally antithetical and is contradictory to my religion, Judaism.
You know, I'm pretty sure this is the version of Earth that I'm from. Maybe that's why I never maybe that's why I keep coming back here. It's definitely not the best version of Earth. And this isn't one of those bits where I go ahead in time and see how it all ends. No, I don't think I really want to see that again.